Okay, I'm going to go over homework number 7 and the skills that you need to do well on this. So let's go with the first one. The first one says f of x is going to be x squared minus 8x plus 12. Okay, so they want me to find the vertex and then draw it by drawing the vertex and then the x-intercept. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the vertex form. We bubble up the middle. We always divide the middle by 2. That's how I describe it. X minus 4. The perfect square of that is be plus 16 minus 16. And then we combine those at the end. Negative 16 plus 12 is a negative 4. So we see our vertex is 4, negative 4. The way we know that is because it goes y is equal to a x minus h squared plus k. So if we know your h is going to be 4 and our k is going to be 4 here. So our vertex is 4 comma negative 4. Now remember, these negatives have to stay here. So if it's negative, it is a positive 4. So let's graph that parabola at 4, negative 4 coming down to my left. And then we're going to graph, they want us to graph the x-intercepts. If I go up, it's going to be right there. Okay, oops. I think it's going to give me error there. Oh no, I took it. Okay, all right, that's my graph. Okay, now f of x, the next one is x squared minus 10x plus 24. So that's very similar to the one question number 1. We're going to complete the square for that, and then you're going to graph it. So I'm not going to do that one. Same here with 3. Let's go jump to question number 4. This is going to be a fraction for us, because I can see that the middle term is already odd. So this is going to be a level 2 problem. X squared minus 5x by 14. Now let's go and find the vertex. We bubble up. We always divide the middle by 2. X minus 5. Half of 5 is 5 over 2. I asked you guys to specifically leave out the fraction, so it'll be easier when I square it. 5 times 5 is 25. And 2 times 2 is 4. So positive 25 over 4 minus 25 over 4. Now we have to combine these two here. But the problem is we don't have a common denominator, so I'm going to multiply this by 4 over 4. So they have a common denominator. 4 times 14 is 50, 56. So negative 56 over 4. Let's combine those to be 70, 81, negative 81 over 4. So our vertex here is going to be 5 over 2 and negative 81 over 4. How did I do that? Remember, we have h, I, k values. H is this guy here and k is this guy. And then those are the x and y values for my vertex. Okay, they also asked us for the x-intercept, and we had worked on that in our last class. The way we get there is we make our vertex form into 0, solving for y is 0. Now, I bet a fast way of doing it, get rid of the 81 over 4, get rid of the squared, and then get rid of the 5. So to do that in one flash move, which is what I hope you guys are able to do, get rid of the 81. Opposite of minus 81 over 4 is positive 81 over 4. Then we're going to get rid of the square by taking square root, plus and minus. And the way we get rid of negative 5 over 4 is adding 5 over 4 to both sides, so that x is now alone. Now, if you look at your notes, you'll see us taking the long way and writing out all the steps. But I wish you guys to be able to just write it in your head, just taking one step out. Now, to simplify the square root of 81 is 9, and square root of 4 is 2. Let's rewrite that as x equals to 5 over 2, plus and minus 9 over 2. All right, that's now split it because I see a plus and minus, so it's between 5 plus 9 over 2 and 5 minus 9 over 2. We end up with 14 over 2, and that leads us to 7, and negative 4 over 2, and that's going to be negative 2. Okay. And then the last question here is that y-intercept. The y-intercept is when your x value is equal to 0. So if I plug in 0 into my x value, it will be 0 squared minus 5 times 0 minus 14. And if they're all 0, my only value left, my y value is going to be negative 14. Okay, so the x-intercept, so the y-intercept is going to be y is equal to negative 14. I was going to plug that in. We said our vertex was going to be at a fraction of 5 and 2. And our second value is going to be negative fraction 81 and 4. 81 and 4. Okay, our x-intercepts, we said it was pretty simple numbers, so we're going to say it's going to be The largest, they want the largest, so the largest number here would be 7, not the negative 2. And our y-intercept, our work showed that this was going to be negative 14. Okay, let's submit it. All right, perfect. Next question here is, for the parabola graph below, identify the vertex, the axis of symmetry, and state if it opens up or downward. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this onto a screenshot real quick so we can write on it. The vertex is right here. We're going to take that as a positive 3 and a negative 5. So the vertex is positive 3 and y value is negative 5. Axis of symmetry is where the left side mirrors the right. That's always your x value here. So x is equal to positive 3. And this graph does open upward. Okay, let's go back and fill it in. Our parabola, they want us to write this as a parentheses. Let's go ahead and do that. Parentheses, 3, comma, negative 5. And you'll see it said invalid notation. And then once we plugged in the right notation, it took away the error. X equals to x symmetry, just the x value there. See, the syntax error goes away, and then this is opening upwards. All right, perfect. This question here is a level 3 problem with a negative sign, and they want us to find the vertex. Is this opening up and down? When is it increasing, decreasing? So the increasing, decreasing part, if I give you a graph, well, no, we'll actually use it we'll figure out once we get there. So let's take out the negative x squared plus 14x minus 45. As you can see, all the work I'm showing for each of these problems, I expect the same amount of work for you guys. I take out the negative first. Level 3 problems, we always take it out of the front two, not the back. X squared minus 14x, and then it's going to be minus 45 in the back. Let's go ahead and bubble up. Negative, we always divide the middle by 2. Negative 14 divided by 2 is x minus 7 squared. Plus 49 minus 49 when we square it, and we multiply it. They joke about putting on your jacket to go out. So negative 49 to negative is a positive 49. Combine those down to become a positive 4. Okay, so the vertex here is going to be 7 comma 4. Great. So the parabola was going to be something like 7 and 4, and here's where the increase and decreasing comes in. The graph is going up on the right. See, I'm making money. So after 7, the graph is increasing, but before 7, the graph is decreasing. So before 7, the graph is decreasing. So that's going to help us answer that last part. So let's go and fill out the parabola first. Here we go. The vertex is going to be 7. Whoops, I need to put the parentheses. 7 comma 4. Close parentheses. Invalid notation goes away. This parabola is facing downward because of that negative a value. We know we're going downwards. I should have saw that negative down. So this changes our graph. So we are actually increasing. We're going up on the left side and we're coming down on the right side. Oh, okay. So we're increasing when x is actually less than x is less than 7, and x is increasing when we're on is decreasing on the right side of 7. Okay, all right, good job. Okay, this problem is similar to the other problems where they're going to have you complete the square. Just like, so refer back to the first couple questions. I'm going to go ahead and skip this. This question here, y is equal to, number 8, y is equal to 3x squared plus 6x plus 4. Okay. Let's go ahead and complete the square. Y is equal to, since level 3, we have to take out the 3 first. All right, and then we're going to take this and divide by 2. Is 1. Perfect square is plus 1 minus 1. Put on your jacket. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. And we can combine what's on the outside now. It's going to be plus 1. So we know our vertex is at negative 1 comma 1. Why is it negative? Is because remember it's x minus h. X minus h. So x minus negative 1, that's actually our h. Okay. And since the graph is a positive 3, that means it's going to go upward. So we have, let's draw this graph going upward at negative 1, 1. So our vertex is not a maximum, but a minimum. Okay, negative 1, 1 is going to be a minimum. Okay, consider the quadratic function. Okay, we did that already, but this one, let's do it because of the fraction. Actually, no, let's do the next one. Okay. Number 10. It goes negative x squared plus 4x plus 12. Let's go ahead and see this is a level 3 problem. So let's take out the number in front. Y is equal to negative x squared minus 4x then plus 12. Let's complete the square. X minus 2 squared. We always divide the middle by 2. Plus 4 minus 4. We put on our jacket to come out, be plus 4. That becomes a plus 16. Okay, so we know what the vertex is. The vertex is 2, 16. Now, we want to find our x-intercepts. And remember, x-intercepts, we make this equal to 0. And then we're going to do a fast run of it. We're going to get rid of the 16. Then get rid of the negative sign. Careful, that's outside the square, and then the 2. A lot of things. So if you need to rewind, you're going to rewind this part right here. So we get rid of the 16, becomes a negative 16. We can't get rid of the square first because of the 2 in front of it. If I get rid of a negative to the other side, that becomes a positive 16. Then we get rid of the square by taking a square root to both sides. And we're going to, instead of a minus 2, we're going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, the square root of 16 is 4. 2 plus and minus 4. We have 2 different versions. 2 plus 4 and 2 minus 4. And that's going to be 6 and negative 2. 6 and negative 2. So let's write negative 2. And it's going to be 6. Because my leftmost point is negative 2, and my rightmost point is 6. The y-intercept we mentioned, we're just going to plug in 0. 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus 12. And then that's going to leave us 12 at the end. Okay, so that's our y value is 12. Because if x is 0, the vertex we said was going to be 2 and 16. And the line of symmetry is just the x value. We have to write it x, or we have to write x equals 2. If not, it won't read it. X equals to 2. Syntax error. All right, perfect. Okay, we've done problems like 11, 12, 13, we've done these problems. 14, we've done it. 15, yes. 16, 17, that's it.